Hi! So, I decided to try to make a video in English every month or every few months, I don't know yet, but it's to keep sharing with my international friends what I've been reading because I like sharing with you guys. So, for the first video, I decided to let you catch up on what I've been reading for the first half of the year. So I will be doing my book freakout tag in English. So let's get started. The first prompt is my best book I've read so far, and that was The Lies of Locke Lamora. This is my French edition that I think is gorgeous. I really like it. I really loved this book. It was recommended by Muffin Napier on her channel many times, and she made me want to read it, so I did, and it was really good, and I am really glad that I read it because I really enjoyed it through and through, and I loved the characters, and I loved the plot and the twist that happened during the book, and I loved it very much. Then the second prompt is the best sequel that I've read this year. I'm really sorry for my bad English, but hopefully you will understand me. So the best sequel, I had to choose between the Promised Neverland sequel, the Gentleman Bastard sequel, Red Seas Under Red Skies, and Beastars sequels, because that's basically all the sequels I read this year. I don't think I read any more than that. And the best one, in my opinion, was the Gentleman Bastard, Red Seas Under Red Skies, because it was so intricate, and I really loved the plot, and I really loved to meet again those characters that I loved in book one. So that's my answer, because I love The Promised Neverland so much, but the sequels of The Promised Neverland that I've read this year, I think it's book 12, 11, or 13 and 12. I don't remember actually, but you know, I'm around those books, and they were not the best in the series, so I can say that was the best sequel. Then a new release I want to get to. I actually don't know what to answer there, because I want to get to, I don't know, I want to get to A Heart So Fierce and Broken. I want to get to The Gravity Between Us, I think it's called. I want to get to, I don't know, I want to get to so many things, but what among these things are new releases? I don't recall. So I don't know. I don't know what I want to answer for this question. Then my most anticipated release for the second half of the year would be The Gentleman Bastards Volume 3, Book 3, because it has yet to be published in French, and the cover will be gorgeous, so I can't wait, just because of that cover, but also because I love the series. Then next question is my biggest disappointment so far this year, and I have two answers, and those are popular books, so I'm sorry in advance. But the first disappointment I had was Full Metal Alchemist, because I expected something else. I expected something like I got spoiled for a certain thing that happens in this book, and I thought that the thing I got spoiled was a really emotional moment, and it wasn't. Like it was 4 pages in the manga, and 4 pages is not enough for me to feel emotions, for me to be scared, or for me to care about the characters. And you know, an action that lasts only 4 pages of a manga, it's not enough. So it wasn't emotional at all, and I didn't care for what was happening. So I was disappointed because it was just not what I expected it to be. And the second disappointment is, I'm almost ashamed to say it, but it's true. It's Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen, because I wanted to love this book so much. I wanted it to be a 5 stars read. I wanted it to be a new favorite, and it wasn't at all, and it was a DNF. And I think it's mostly because I don't like Jane Austen's writing. I don't know what it is about it that doesn't do it for me, but her writing is very difficult for me to care for and to enjoy, and I didn't like it. So, but maybe I will try again in the future, because I really want to love this book. It's just that I didn't this time. Then my biggest surprise of the year so far, it was definitely Beastars by Paru Itagaki. I hope I said that right. It was a big surprise because I just didn't know at all what to expect. I expected just anthropomorphic animal characters, and that's all that I knew about it, and I knew nothing else. And it was a great surprise, and I recommend it to you guys, because what surprised me most was the artwork, because there are so many little details that makes you want to really look into the drawings really carefully. Like, it's so well drawn. I really like the artwork, and that's what surprised me most. Then a favorite new author, I chose to talk about Cameron Garrett, because I read Full Disclosure. It was really fun for me to read. It's about a young teenager who lives with HIV. Yes, HIV, because I didn't know the order of the letters for the acronym, because in French it's VIH and in English it's HIV. So I had to check, but it's about that. But it's a very positive book, because it's her falling in love for the first time, and no, not for the first time, but it's her falling in love again. And it's about family and friendship also, and it was really great. And it was about her passion for musicals, and it was really a positive book. And what I loved about it, about Cameron Cameron Garrett's writing was that it really felt like there were real people, because they were talking and they were interacting with each other in a way that I talk to my friends, in a way that I interact with my friends and with my parents. And it felt real. It felt like the characters were my friends, because the characters remind me so much of my friends because of how they acted. And I thought we could really tell, reading that book, that Cameron Garrett is young and know how young people act. Then, newest fictional crush, I don't have one. Newest favorite character, I would say Locke Lamora. Then a book that made me cry, The Lies of Locke Lamora. It made me cry, and it made me, what's the word? I don't know. I don't know the word, but you know, I was like because of what happened in the book. A book that made me happy, I want to talk about Felix Ever After by Cassian Callender. It was my most recent read. It is my most recent read as for today, because it made me happy because it has great representation of trans teenagers and trans people and transgender people, and also, I mean, I related in a way that I never related to any other book, because I could see characters that I never saw in any other book, if that makes sense. And also, I loved that the characters also had these questions in his mind about what he's meant to be, what he's meant to do with his life. You know, questions that I asked myself, that I asked myself when I were his age, and that I still do. And, you know, questions that are defining us. And I enjoyed reading about that. It made me happy because I felt seen and represented by the book. Then the most beautiful book I've bought this year so far, and without any hesitation, it's Lovely War by Julie Berry. I think it's really beautiful, and I really enjoyed it. And I think it's beautiful also, like the cover and all, but also the writing and the way it's edited, because there are pages like that with entr'acte and act and stuff like that, and I don't know, it gives the book a certain aesthetic, and it's beautiful, and I enjoyed it a lot. Then what's the next question? Oh, that's the last question already. What books do I need to read by the end of the year? I need to read a lot, actually, because I have 3 I have 3 piles of books on my table right now, and the piles are like this, and 1, 2, 3. That's not English. And I need to get to all of them, really, but the most important one that I need to get to are, sorry, Mistborn, the Final Empire, and the one that I've bought just this morning, Red Sister by Mark Lawrence. So right now, today, it's the two books that I'm most excited about. So those are my answers. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comment section what you thought about it, and leave a thumbs up and subscribe, and you know the deal. Bye.